Hi, thank you for watching this video. You got here because you're probably one of my friends that I've recommended the Gigaset E560A to. This is for people that want to use a home phone and need something that's a little bit more intuitive and also easier to use and high quality, which is what the Gigaset phone is. It's made in Germany. So this is the one that I use in my house, and so I just wanted to go through a quick unboxing and how you can set it up to be able to make and receive calls. So, although you probably see that I've already opened it up already just to make sure that everything that's supposed to be in there is in there. So we'll go ahead and do that. And the first thing you'll notice is a very substantial user guide. Don't be concerned about the size of this. Most of it's in different languages, and really there's only about 2 or 3 things you'll really need to know in this manual. So just put that aside. You'll have a labeling thing. You'll have the base with the answering in it. You'll have some cables and power connectors. You'll have the back to the phone and the batteries, and obviously the handset. So we're going to go ahead and take all these things apart and lay it all out and get things working. Okay, I took all the pieces and parts out of the box and assembled them and get them ready to go here. As I mentioned in the big manual, really the only need is on page 8, and I will go ahead and put this in the description, but it shows you what should be in the package. That you should be getting the base, the handset, the batteries, and all the other things that you need to get this going. And so I recommend that the first thing you do is go ahead and plug in the power supply into the wall, and then go ahead and hook up that power supply connector to the base. Because you're going to have to charge that handset, because the handset is a cordless handset, so it does have batteries. So once we get that base in, now we're going to go ahead and put the batteries into the handset and make sure that you're putting in the positive where the positive shows and negative where the negative shows, and everything works properly. Here we go. You should get it coming up and says that. You'll hear it say something, and you get a little flashing there, and you notice that the batteries are low. What is recommended is that you go ahead and charge this at least overnight, if not 24 hours. So just leave it there and let it charge. And so it'll charge for 24 hours or at least overnight. So I'm going to pause this for a second, and well, actually for 24 hours, and then come back when the batteries are charged. Okay, welcome back. So it's been a while now, and we'll see if the battery has charged. So we'll lift it off the handset, and sure enough, we've got a pretty decent charge. I really didn't leave it overnight because I want to get this video done. So first thing we see, it's a flashing, and we have to set the time. So right beneath the time word is a little line button. You press on that, and it basically allows you to go ahead and put in the date. So today is 07/25/2021. Okay. And the time is 0330, and that's going to be PM. Okay. And now we're saved there. All right. And so now the next thing we need to do is to set this up so that we can get dial tone. So in the box came a cable that you can hook on to however you're getting dial tone from, whether it's coming from the phone company and it's in a wall outlet, or it's coming from your internet company and it's on your router. Either way, there is a what's called an RJ11 jack, which is a phone jack. And so go ahead and plug this in. I'm going to do that right now. We're going to plug that in. And then you turn your base over and find the one place that you can plug in the RJ11 jack, right there. Flip it back over. And if everything works out properly, when you go ahead and press the talk button, you should get dial tone. I can hear that. And now I'm going to turn on the speaker so you can hear it. And now I can make calls. That's how you turn it off. So that's how you can get dial tone to be able to make and receive calls. So one of my friends asked how easy it is to make a call using the Gigaset E560A. Well, there are a number of ways to make an outgoing call. The one that I find the most easiest, which is one that's kind of the same on a cell phone, is go ahead and just dial the number you want to call. So in this case, I happen to have a test number I'm going to use. and then press the green talk button, or you can turn on the speaker. I'm just going to hit the green talk button, and it'll place the call for you. If you want to hear it through the speaker, just press the speaker button.
Your caller ID is 214.
And that's how you make an outgoing call. There's another way of doing it, is you can go ahead and get dial tone, and then go ahead and dial the number. And then it'll connect. That's how you make an outgoing call. With the Gigaset E560A, if you misplace your phone, you can just go ahead and hit the page button. It'll then page where the heck's that phone? And there it is. It flashes, it makes a light, it basically alerts you to where it is. That's how you can find your lost phone. Hi, so this is how you set up the Gigaset E560 answering machine. All of this setup is done through the handset. So once you have the handset charged, go to the menu, scroll down till it says answering machine, say OK, and then scroll down to where it says announcements, say OK, and then record announcement, start recording. Hello, you've reached the Gigaset E560 answering machine. Please leave a message. Saved.
Hello, you've reached the Gigaset E560 answering machine. Please leave a message.
Okay, and that's basically done. Now, anybody who calls the Gigaset and hits the answering machine will hear that message. Hi, one of the other great features of the E560A Gigaset phone is what's called direct speed dial numbers. They're labeled A, B, C, and D, and they're both on the base and on the handset. I like them because they literally are a one-touch operation to be able to call somebody. And on the position A, if your town allows it, I like to put 911 on there, so that in case anything happens, one touch and I can get to emergency services. So the way that you program this is, again, through the handset. You hit the menu, up arrow once to settings, say OK, up 2 times where it says direct dial keys, say OK. Then it comes back and says A, no entry, hit menu, edit entry, say OK, and here's where you put the number in. So here's where you would put, and I put 911. For just this purposes, I'm going to put 511 because I don't want to be accidentally calling 911 if we're going to be testing this. Say OK, and then you can put a name in there and you can basically spell it out. So I'm just going to say police. So it'll be P-O-L-I-C-E. Once I'm done, say OK, and now it's saved. All right, and then we just go back, and back, and we're set. Now when we hit the A button, it'll dial, in our case, 511, which would be the police. That's how it's done. Hi, welcome back to information on the Gigaset E560A. So if you watched some of my other videos and you said, wow, I love this phone, does it have additional handsets available? And the answer is yes, it does. And either you purchase those handsets when you purchase the base or you purchase it separately. Either way, they come in an additional box. So we're going to go ahead and move the handset and the base back and show the box here. And obviously I've already opened it up here. And so primarily it's the exact same handset as you got with the base and the charger built in, but the charging cradle is separate. So you have this charging cradle that'll charge your additional handset. You have the exact same handset that came with the base. You'll charge the batteries just like we talked about in the original video on the base and the handset. And then there's a unique way of plugging in the charging base to the charging connector so that you don't accidentally mix up the chargers with the base charger. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now, which is just flip this over, see if we can get this set up properly, and click it right on in there. You hear the click and it's in. Then go ahead and plug it into the wall. And just like we had done the last time, you want to go ahead and charge this up for 24 hours after you put the batteries in. And we will come back after that's all done and I'll show you how to register this handset to that base. Hope you can see that it says please register handset. There's a number of different ways of registering it, but the easiest way is just take the other handset out of the cradle, put this one in, give it a moment, it'll automatically register itself to that base. This may take up to 30 seconds. Okay, after about a minute, you'll see they'll come up and automatically have the time, and it is identical to the other handset, except now this one is intercom number 2 and the other one is intercom number 1. And there is a feature where you can call between handsets by just lifting up the handset, pressing the intercom button, and calling, in this case calling all, and it'll call the other handset. So this is intercom 2 calling intercom 1. Boy, that can get annoying. Anyway, there you go. Thanks so much for watching. Okay, so we've just finished adding another handset to the Gigaset E560A, and I was asked, hey, do all of the features flow over from the first handset to the second handset, like the automatic speed dial? And I said, yes, it does. So although we programmed the first handset with the button A as our police button, although we put in 511 for this demonstration, so that when we pick up the second handset and we press the A button, it should come up with, and sure enough, it says police. And we dial the 511, well, really 911. But anyway, so yes, to answer the question, it's identical. The only difference is, turn that off. The only difference is the first handset is intercom 1 and this handset is intercom 2. Hope that helps. Okay, I have a lot of friends asking about the Gigaset E560A home phone that I recommend. And the user guide, which is pretty big, has a lot of great information in it. I've done a number of different videos on how to set up and operate the E560A. Clearly there are lots and lots of features that you can use, including a baby monitor, automatic calling list that'll basically try to call somebody. If they don't answer, call someone else, where they record an announcement and then call someone else. All sorts of very interesting features that may or may not be applicable to your situation. But once again, I like the Gigaset E560A because of the larger, not too large, but larger buttons, easy to read screen, and the ability to be able to answer and receive calls intuitively. So if you're interested in any of the other features, you hit the menu, and then there's a flashlight that you can turn on or off. Interesting feature. I never use that. The answering machine I talked about in another video. There is an alarm clock feature if you want to set up an alarm clock. There's a baby monitor feature that'll have a situation where it kind of opens the line between your base and the handset, or between different handsets, so you can monitor a room, obviously your baby room. All right, there's one-touch calling. has the ability to just press one of these buttons to be able to make a call. And then there's other features that you can go through, setting up date and time, how loud and what type of flashing happens. So that if you have a nighttime situation and the call comes in, the flashlight, which is this little area here, will flash also with this so that you can know what incoming call is coming in. The display, languages, if you're going to register additional handsets, other features of the telephone, and systems where if you will need to reset the system or not. So all sorts of great features here. That's where I would recommend you grab that manual and go through the different options and look at it.